Following on from the success of the evoSPEED 1 launched around this time last year, Puma are back with the evoSPEED 1.2 and have given their signature speed football boots an entirely worthwhile tune-up. Arriving in this rather swish pull-through leatherette bag, the new evoSPEED has a familiar feel to its predecessor, but boasts a whole new look and a real devil-in-the-detail approach to the technology used all across this cleat. Starting with the look, the headline in terms of design is this huge Puma name branding on the instep of the Puma evoSPEED 1.2. It's the first time the German brand have ever used their brand name rather than the iconic foam stripe that we can see on the outside of the boot on a pair of football boots. Now, whilst the branding on the instep is very loud, it's kind of contrasted by the colourway. Focusing on a mainly matte black upper with a fluo yellow pop, the new evoSPEED will no doubt get louder in time, but for now it's definitely one of the more humble looking speed boots in terms of colour. Sticking with the upper, Puma have obviously taken note and feedback from their players who prefer the leather version of the evoSPEED, as the new model's upper is a matte finish that looks and feels exceptional. When compared to other synthetic speed boot uppers, especially that of the evoSPEED 1, it's nowhere near as plasticky and even has a leather-like grain printed into it to give a more natural feel on the ball. Look closely and you'll see that Puma have tried to amplify this effect with Griptex laminate printing. These transparent dots again provide a little extra tactile feedback on the ball in wet weather, rather than claiming to add spin or swerve. Puma have also punctuated the upper with these high gloss lines printed through the quarter and midfoot, giving a clean, organic feel to that aspect of the boot. And that's just some of the neat design touches you'll see all across the evoSPEED 1.2, like the flashes of blue on the tongue and towards the heel, the lace slot in the middle there, and the branding on the heel all make for a very good looking boot. Inside you'll find the EverFit cage, designed to offer improved stability and support to the foot. Think of it as added reinforcement that offsets that really thin upper. Additionally, the sock liner is very padded for a speed boot, something that we imagine that a lot of players who play on firm ground will definitely appreciate. The sole plate is where things really start to look different to the evoSPEED 1. The nicely integrated heel counter still looks the same, but evoSPEED veterans will notice that there isn't the same channels running down the side of the chassis on this model. Instead of those channels, you get something called a speed track, which will likely remind Puma speed boot veterans of the carbon fibre used in the SL versions of the V110, V111 and original evoSPEED, except here it's made from solid TPU. Now, this doesn't bend anywhere near as much as the rest of the sole plate, and we don't think it's a coincidence that it finishes up at about the same point on the foot as the internal EverFit cage. In fact, these components obviously work together to really lock the heel and midfoot in place and keep it arrow straight when sprinting for better acceleration, and it probably won't hurt your shooting either. The forefoot of the sole plate uses the same DuoFlex system from the original evoSPEED, which was definitely one of our favourite features about it, and to improve upon that, they've added smaller studs for better ground penetration. And that brings us to the end of our quick look at the Puma evoSPEED 1.2, but if you want to know more about this or just about every other football boot on the pitch at the moment, head over to Footy-Boots.com, hit up our Facebook, Twitter or Google Plus pages for exclusive content and hangouts, or subscribe to us here on YouTube.